Hi guys, so today it's gonna be a special rant, because today I'm gonna talk about more that life cycle AU, that universe I made, thing, whatever. So I add a little bit more plot. So now we have two more characters for you guys to choose, to make for me. Or else I'll just find some inspo in a couple hours and just make them myself. So anyways, their names are going to be Zach and Tori. And I add some new roles into the life cycle. So, you know how it's all about this cannibalistic town, whatever? Okay, if you don't know the actual plot, please go watch that 40-minute video that I made. I started ranting at first, but then I started talking about the life cycle. So we're going to add more to this cannibalistic town nightmare. So, Zach and Tori, okay, there's this job called sex pleasers. And before you attack me, okay, I'm not so anyways, you know how we talked about how Mary got hit at the bar? So did you know, a saying lore fact, did you know she didn't kiss the guy, by the way, but if she did she ever did kiss that guy, she would have become a sex pleaser herself. Okay, so before you guys think sex pleaser is bad, I'm gonna explain it to you, and yes, they are bad. So basically, they're people who are basically OF models, except they have to do it they literally have to do it. They don't want to, but they have to, and then they have to basically sell their bodies and stuff to rich people around the world. They're not in their city, not in the city. And those people are the only people that can interact with people non-cannibals, And Thorn, she makes a lot of money from this because, the whole cycle. So, basically, Tori is one of those, Tori, she is a sex pleaser. And Zach is her transgender boyfriend. And sure, they were toxic back then before she became one. They were abusive to each other, but now they aren't abusive to each other. And I don't know if I spoiled their deaths. I don't think I spoiled the other. I don't know. I gotta watch that video, see if I even spoiled them. But I would not spoil Zach and Tori's deaths. They did not die together though, so. And no, they are not part of the main cast. They're just gonna be some side characters, because there's 700 people. I updated the people amount. There's 700 people now. So, but yeah. So Tori, she becomes one of these people, sex pleasers or SPs. And she just does it for money. She doesn't really enjoy it. And yeah, she puts her protection on herself, because she knows some of these men that get rented out for a night by Thorn. They don't come with protection because they feel it's gonna ruin the experience. So yeah. But yeah, Tori, she just hates her job, but she loves Zach. Every single day after her shift, she just hangs out with Zach. And so she's kind of friends with some of the main characters of the main cast. But besides that, she's no, I don't like anybody too much like Zach. I love Zach. And there's gonna be sections of cannibals in the city now. I haven't gotten their names, the types of. So there's zombies, the nickname for people who eat the brains. Obviously, there's gonna be ice scoopers, the people who eat the eyes. Freaky tongue eaters, the people who eat the tongues. They call it freaky tongue eaters because why would you even eat the tongue? And there's people who eat teeth. I'll probably call them tooth fairies. people who eat teeth, people who eat limbs, people who eat just like a lot of parts of the body. Like they just try to make the most of it, you know? But yeah, so they do all of that. And Zach, she is one of the only people in that city are vegan. So yes, I am updating this. The rules of people eating people, it's like hunting rules. So you need a permit. You need like a permit or a license, pew other people. And yes, you could eat them at restaurants, like fast food places, or like get them at a supermarket. And then, yeah, it's pretty illegal if you killed someone and you don't like have a license or permit. So yeah, that's the lore, and that's like the main structure of the system. And Zach, Zach is female to male. My bad, guys. So Zach, he is an ice scooper, and I'm not gonna foreshadow. I'm trying to not foreshadow because I already have his death planned out, but like the enemy is closer than you think. So anyways, Zach and Tori are a big thing. Zach and Tori are 10 years older than the main cast. That's why I don't really like. That's why Tori's like friends with some of them, because they're kids to her. And Zach isn't like really friends with anybody. Like, sure, Zach does have friends, but they're like gambling addicts, and they gamble all the time. So most of the time he's either going out gambling or he's with his girlfriend Tori. He doesn't really meet the cast until like the end of until like nearby when before he the time before he dies, nearby to that time. So yeah. And out of the main cast members, Zach, he really likes Maxie, because he feels like Maxie and him really connect. And also, insane lore drop, but Zach doesn't know that him and Maxie are actually siblings. Yeah, they're actually siblings, but they don't know that. And they never do. They never get to. So that's kind of sad. But don't worry, they don't have feelings for each other. They won't. They have their significant others. And I am planning to add other types of rules to this universe, and other characters. I can get some ideas from my shows I like, or maybe I can get ideas from other books, shows, probably from people around me. I can get a lot of ideas. But yeah, that's my introduction of Zach and Tori. And also a fun fact, Tori used to be asexual before she met Zach. And after she was woof. And by the way, Zach and Tori met before Zach became trans. And Tori was the first one to fall in love. She fell in love with Zach before he became a guy. She was oof. Yeah, and Tori is bi, so that confirms the theory that she likes both Zach in both forms. And Thorn, I added some lore to her too. So basically, she used to be how I said she used to be an idol. I don't even know what I said, but basically, she used to be an idol, and then one day she was performing, and then the group was and then they were taking a break, and then her stage manager, he framed her into eating meat, and oh my bad, just blacked out for a second. So then he forced her to eat that, and then he snitched, he framed her and said to other girls, oh my gosh, she was actually eats that and stuff. So now and then it gets down to the press, and everyone now finds out that she is a bull. Sorry, I'm just like doing that. I just don't want to get too demonetized, especially what I just been saying for like the last 10 minutes. So anyways, yeah, she gets framed, but she ends up actually liking the flavor. Like, she actually likes eating it. Like, it's a plot twist. She actually does like eating it. So a couple months after that incident, she starts working at a brothel, like, nearby this sketchy little hood. And one day she was like in a brothel, a guy did some things to her, and now she was pregnant. And then as the months progressed, the man went to her house. They didn't do too much weird things, like too much like sexual things to her, especially since she was pregnant. They only like talk to her and like play games with her. So when she was 7 months, she was asking for a 2-month vacation so she can have her baby. And guess what her boss says? She's like, no, you're not gonna have a vacation. You're gonna be working here still, and you're gonna stay here with no break and keep getting paid, or you can walk out of this room and you're not gonna be able to get a job here again. So she does a choice. She leaves, and then she gives birth in like this remote town, like far away from the brothel. And then all this was happening while she was 16. I just want some insane topics in this like universe, so people can probably get educated from it, you know, since I want this to be like really educational, to be honest. So anyways, when she gives birth, like 16 years later, so now she's like 38. No, I didn't even do my math right. 16. So she's 32. My bad. I don't know why I said 38, because 15 plus 15 equals 30, so 16 plus 16 equals 32. So anyways, when she was 32 and her daughter Rose, you know, so she gives birth to her, and then the main plot I said from the last video continues on from there. And no, I am not going to. I'm gonna change like this. Yes, this is not like officially like in the story yet. Like, I haven't even wrote this down. I'm just like, it's like a rough draft of the story. Okay, guys. Oh my gosh, that was a bug on my wall for a second. That's my stars. Oh, you want to see for yourself? Like, hold on. Just my stars. But anyways, if you guys want to give me some tips, like some maybe like character ideas or like lore ideas, I am like all open to it, because I'm a really niche creator and I need some support. Like, not like support, like I need like ideas from this AU, because I genuinely feel like I want to like progress on it, and I want to like get it from like that, like away from the idea that's basically inspired from Alien Stage and more like an original concept. So the whole story and plotline I told you guys from this video and the last video, it's basically like they're like the rough draft of like the main plot I want to have. But the things cause I don't even know like the fillers of the plot for like in between. Like, I just have the idea of like the main like things, like how it started, how it ended, in the middle, and you know, all that. So, and then the whole idea of it, like basically like the cycle of life. That's why it's called life cycle. But I'm gonna try and improve on it more, and I'm gonna make it more of like seem like an original concept more than like basically inspired by Alien Stage. Because also, if it's like too close to Alien Stage and Zombie Stage or whatever, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you have no creativity, you know? So I'm just gonna try my best to like make it an original concept. But I just came here to make this video since like I need like some tips and ideas of characters. So if you guys like want to like say something, like you can literally add your own OCs too. That's completely fine. Like I don't really care. I just need some ideas for characters, you know? Like and I might as well make a video sooner or later about this lore more. But my next video is gonna probably be about Tomodachi Life or a daily rant. So, oh yeah, also it's my dog's birthday. He's turning 2. Happy birthday, Zeke! Woo, woo, woo. I would introduce you guys to him, but he's a freaking big boy. Like he's a pit bull, and he's gonna slobber everywhere, and he's not gonna stay in like one place. So, yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys can give me some like ideas for characters, my plot, you know. And I'll see y'all in the next one. The alpha says bye.